I'm Kathy Mathis, and I'm one of the owners of Terra West Property Management, and I'm very pleased to welcome you here tonight to hear the latest about our new legislation and how it impacts homeowners associations here in Las Vegas. Roger Grant will be speaking to us. He's what we consider to be one of our industry experts in this particular field, and I'm sure you will be enlightened as well as dismayed when you hear about some of the new laws that we will be impacted by here in the coming months and years. We also have other special guests. Well, everyone here is a special guest, but I'd just like to, we have Bruce with the Nevada Real Estate Division. Bruce, would you mind standing up and waving? Hopefully you'll never have to meet Bruce. He's one of their investigators with the Real Estate Division. Additionally, we have freshman Assemblywoman Ellen Spiegel joining us. Ellen, would you mind standing, please? Ellen serves on the Green Valley Ranch Board of Directors and also serves as an Assemblywoman. And boy, the stories she can tell. But I have to say, congratulations and hats off. She was behind the AB 204, which is the new super priority legislation, and that was a very positive piece of legislation for our industry, and thank you, Ellen. We appreciate everything you do for us up in Carson. With that, I'm going to turn matters over to Wendy Linnell, but just before I do that, I'd like to toot Wendy's horn a little bit. We were asked, Terra West was asked this week if we would participate at KNPR. They have the State of Nevada program. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that program. It's on the radio every Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. And today's topic was one that's near and dear to all of us, and it's HOAs and foreclosures. And it was quite enlightening. And Wendy participated, and she did Terra West proud. She did a fine job in speaking to the issues that we are faced with and challenged with in terms of HOAs and foreclosures. And if you have an opportunity, go to KNPR's website and you can listen to the program in its entirety, and I think you'll find it interesting as well. So with that, we'll go ahead and turn things over to Wendy.
Thank you, Kathy. We're so pleased, as Kathy said, to have Roger Grant here to help us. He is one of our experts in the community association industry field here, and he's an attorney with the law firm of Feinberg, Grant, Mayfield, Canada, and Litt. He's a member of the Nevada, California, Colorado, Arizona, and Washington bars. He received his law degree from the University of San Diego in 1989, and he graduated from Purdue University with high honors and earned degrees in business as well as aviation technology. His courses on Nevada homeowner associations are approved by the Nevada Department of Real Estate and have been attended by thousands of association board members, managers, and homeowners just like yourselves. Mr. Grant is a past president of Community Associations Institute Nevada chapter, and he has extensive experience in the construction industry and is a former commercial pilot. Roger?
Good evening, everyone. Okay, we got a lot of new material to cover tonight. As you're probably aware, there were a lot of amendments to NRS 116, the statute that governs community associations. In all, there are approximately 14 amendments on various issues. We're going to cover most of those tonight. We're going to focus on the things that affect board members, since most of our audience consists of board members. You should all have this handout. This is a book that I prepared, and I took NRS 116 and organized it by subject matter. Started doing that about 10 years ago. Makes it a little easier to read, a little easier to find things. You'll see in the book that some things are in bold and italics. Those are all of the new changes to the law that were passed this legislative session. Under each subject, there's a reference to where it's included in NRS 116, and there's also a reference to where the change is included, which Senate bill it's in, which section it's in, which Assembly bill it's in. In approximately December of this year, the Legislative Council Bureau will take all of these amendments and they'll incorporate them into NRS 116. So at that point in time, we'll have one statute that includes all of these changes. But for now, we're working with NRS 116 and approximately 14 or 15 amendments. I didn't pass all of the amendments because they're voluminous. If you need them, they're available online at the Nevada Legislature site. And for the most part, they're reiterated in this book. So we're going to start on page 2. And like I said, we're going to go according to subject matter. We're going to focus on things affecting the Board of Directors. At the bottom of page 2, in the past there was some confusion with the way the Nevada Statute 116 was written regarding whether or not board members had to be homeowners. One section of NRS 116 said they absolutely did, and this particular section made it unclear. So they've amended this now to provide that once the declarance control terminates, the homeowners must elect a board of at least 3 members, and all of them must be homeowners. Also, the board members are responsible for electing the officers, and the officers also have to be homeowners unless your governing documents say otherwise. Now, I've reviewed a lot of CC&Rs and bylaws. It's pretty rare that your governing documents even address this. But if they do, if they say that the officers don't have to be homeowners, someone other than a homeowner could be an officer. You're probably thinking, why would you want that? One good example where it works, if you've got someone, particularly your treasurer officer, if you have a CPA that you want to be the treasurer, some associations will have a CPA as that officer, even though they're not a homeowner. And you can feel free to ask questions as we go along. We'll have to limit them to maybe 1 or 2 questions per subject matter. But if you have a question or a concern or comment, don't be shy about raising your hand. We'll try to answer it for you. Let's move then to page 7. Powers of a homeowners association. In this section, we list all the statutory provisions, the powers that a homeowners association has, and the change comes on item 5. An association has always had the power to make contracts and incur liabilities. However, the new amendment provides that any contracts between the association and a vendor for furnishing goods or services cannot include a provision which grants the right of first refusal with respect to extension or renewal of the contract. If that is in one of your contracts, effective October 1, that's not going to be enforceable, and it should not be in any future contracts with any of your vendors or material suppliers or service providers. Now at the bottom of page 7, item 10, the association has the power to impose and receive payments, fees, or charges for operation of the common elements. They've added to that, including without limitation, any services provided for maintaining, repairing, or abating a foreclosed or vacant unit. This has been a big problem in the past few years for associations. There have been a lot of foreclosures, a lot of people walking away from their house, and we end up with a black pool, a dead yard, or a yard full of weeds. So this gives the association the statutory power to collect on any monies that they spend for services for maintaining, repairing, or abating that foreclosed or vacant home. So that's a real good change to the statute. That's been a problem area for associations sometimes in collecting that money. Yes, sir. Let me try and summarize that question. If you've got a foreclosed property in your association, the water's shut off, it's been abandoned, everything's dying, does this mean that your association can come in there and turn the water back on and green up the yard? Technically, you've always had the power to do that under your CC&Rs and under the statute.